Hi, Marnie. Your hair looks beautiful. I have to cut my hair. I haven't had it cut in a year. Ugh,
Well, you got your vaccination, correct?
I did. No problems, thank God.
Okay.
What about you?
Is it not yet? 2 weeks past?
A month.
Go get your hair did.
Oh, but I don't know about people touching my, oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I might just have my daughter trim it.
How you doing, Mike? Good evening, babe. You know.
You know, Bill, you always come up with the most clever backgrounds.
Well, I want to be at these places. This is France tonight. Nice, the countryside in France. I take a chair, I sit in that field. Then I wouldn't mind being alone.
Bill, how do you do that? This is Sonia. How do you get those beautiful backgrounds?
You go on you download images, right? Put it in your documents or your desktop, and then you go back into your Zoom. If you have a Zoom, so I have a Zoom account, and so I end up adding it. There's a plus sign. You hit that plus sign, and then they'll give you choices from what you downloaded.
Thank you.
You got it.
Unmute. Okay, he can hear you now.
What?
I unmuted it.
What?
I unmuted.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I got the audio on. Thank you.
You got it. But Marty, it looks like there's 42 here, so you want to give it a minute or two? You're muted. You're muted. Oh.
Yeah, I'm here. Yes.
Okay. So give it a minute or two. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna go live.
Okay, let me know when. Just give me the signal and I'll get it started.
Okay, we're recording them live.
Okay, we're good. All right, Vinny Chirico, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of
in the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I gave Vinny the honor of the pledge tonight because his daughter is attending West Point. So we figured, you know, she's making him practice that pledge every night. So we're good. And we wish you the best, Vinny. We wish you the best.
Thanks very much, Bill.
We're now going to open the public portion. And I know that there's a number of people on there. I'd like to explain that way the board meeting works. So this is the portion where we listen to issues from the public, and then we'll put them into the record. And we listen to any elected officials, representatives. The elected officials that come on, they will speak during the board meeting. When we open the board meeting, we will not recognize anybody from the public because it's a board meeting. So even though the conversation is very intriguing to you and you want to get involved in the middle of it, Marnie is not being rude. She just can't recognize you because just the board can interact. So Marnie, I'll turn it to you if anybody wants to jump in. You're on mute. Marnie, you're on mute.
Thank you, Bill. It's been a long week. Hannah Wienerman, if you would just unmute yourself.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Hannah from Congressman Jerry Nather's office. I just wanted to quickly hop on just because, so President Biden signed the $1.9 trillion relief bill. So there's obviously a lot going on in this bill. There's stimulus checks, there's childcare, there's a lot of different things happening. So what we're going to do over the next few weeks is do sort of bill summaries. We're going to send out all the information. We're going to make one-pagers, all the programs, when programs are open, when they're available, when you can start expecting money, etc. I'm going to send all that information to Marnie. So if you have any specific questions, you can feel free to contact the office. We'll make sure to put all the contact information in there. I'll also leave my information in the chat. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free. It's a really big bill, so I'm not going to take up the time to do it now, but I'm going to send all that information to Marnie, and feel free to contact our office with any questions or concerns. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't see any other hands raised.
Okay, so hearing none, I'd like to close the
Wait. I spoke too soon. I apologize. Frank Fontana, if you would just unmute yourself.
Hi, Marnie. How are you? Hope everybody's doing well. I just want to make one quick announcement regarding Local Law 28. This is regarding storefront signs. There has been an existing moratorium in place that the City Council approved 2 years ago to hold off on issuing any violations to business owners that have an illegal storefront sign or no permit, rather. So the City Council has approved to extend that moratorium for another 2 years, which expired in February 2020. So essentially storefront owners or landlords have basically another 2 years to legalize the existing sign they have, file permits. In many cases, either they have to hire an architect to file proper plans for the storefront sign or a licensed sign hanger. You could search on a website, do a Google search, you could find a licensed sign hanger in the area. and you can consult them on what permits and what needs to be done. The only thing that doesn't require a permit would be if you did do something small, like a hand-painted sign on a building. That in case does not require a permit. And then any storefront signs that have illuminated will require electrical. So I just wanted to mention that. And then just the last thing on our website, if you're familiar, there's 2 links at the bottom. One is for DLB newsletter updates. So you can sign up and plug in your email address to get DLB newsletter updates. And then also there's a section for job updates. So if you are interested in a particular job, you can plug in the number of that job application, and then whenever there's an update, we'll email you. And that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Frank. No, I think that Kathy Santopietro wants to speak, Marnie.
Okay, I'm going to go right down. Tambe?
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Tambi John. I'm the branch manager at the New York Library in Brooklyn. And just as you know, I just mentioned a couple of things. The library would like to let everyone know that we're offering online one-on-one college guidance for anyone looking to explore post-secondary education. All you have to do simply is to go online and you can book an appointment with a BPL staff member, and they will help you through the entire admissions process, how to do, how to fill out applications, how to help you with your TAP, with your, with the FAFSA. There's individuals that will help you through that process. They also want to let you know that 50 branches are offering what's known as grab and go kits. In other words, you can come in and get a bag that has everything from arts and crafts to materials, suggestions of programs, suggestions of how to, to be in a part of workshops. So they call it grab and go. Then we have them for adults, we have them for children, and we have them for teens. Just go to a library near you. And in regards to our location, New Utrecht, we offer every Tuesday and Friday, we call it Coffee and Conversation. And basically it's a program for our older adults, those who are 60 and over, to just join us and just talk, talk about your day, your family, what's going on. It's been a very successful program. And I invite anyone who would like to join us, just yet again, go online and put in older adults and you will find it, or just put in Coffee Conversation. You will see it there as well. And everybody's welcome to join, just to talk, laugh, and share. So that's basically it. Want to thank you all for your support, the community board. You have been a constant, supporter of the libraries, and we really do appreciate that. Have a good night now.
Great.
Juan Romero? Please just unmute yourself.
Marnie, I believe you've allowed Miss Gloria Daniels to speak, not Juan Romero.
Oh, thank you.
No
Gloria?
problem.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I just have, I was going to ask for help with Cethlo Playground. The kids keep graffitiing all over the place. I can't replace those signs right away. It has to be ordered, so I don't know what you can help me with. We went to the police department, but I don't know what else I could do about it. But they just keep doing it all over the place. And every time we clean it, they come back again and they do it all over the place again. I've had it power washed a couple of times. But the signs are the main things I can't replace right away. So the place looks kind of, tacky a little bit.
Okay. We'll get to the police. Maybe they can give it some attention.
And also I wanted to ask about, so the councilman reached out to the commissioner about the, is it Milestone and Garibaldi as far as like the smell? I'm not sure if it's both or is it just one?
I'm unsure. I saw the post, but it didn't, they said the playground. So I'm assuming it's the children's area.
Really?
I may be wrong. Check out both of them.
I was just there the other day. I mean, I just saw the horticultural, like somebody's been in there, dumping and stuff. So that's going to be cleaned out. But, I mean, the place was clean. I mean, everything was heavily used as far as the benches. So, but I didn't see like garbage all over the place there, which is garbage in the back. And Garibaldi was clean too. So I don't, All right.
Gloria,
Yes.
I explained, I don't mean to cross talk, Chairman, but just so I'll get it done. It's the smell of urine. So it needs to be washed down. If you could just have it hosed down, we'd appreciate that.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Gloria.
you. All right. Take it easy.
Thank you.
Ron Romero, if you would just unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here on behalf of the Workers' Justice Project. We're located in Bay Parkway, 973. Just wanted to share some resources for the community. Every Friday, we're providing community food pantry and in partnership with the Brooklyn Relief Kitchen. It's from 1:30 to 3 p.m. And people can call our number at 718-600-0425 to get more information. It's open to the community. We're also offering free of cost SST cards, which is the new training that has to do with OSHA, as well as the OSHA 30 trainings for the communities. A lot of people are trying to look for jobs, and there's a lot of opportunities in the construction industry, but you have to have those requirements. So we're offering those free of charge. So if anybody is interested, feel free to call the same number and we can provide more information. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're muted again, Marnie. There you go.
Nancy Lulu.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Nancy Lulu from the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office. I would like to extend greetings on behalf of DA Gonzalez to each and every one of you. I also would like to wish everyone happy upcoming holidays, happy St. Patrick's Day, Passover, and Easter. Just a couple of announcements. On March 1st, 2021, Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez announced that a Brooklyn attorney has been arraigned on an indictment in which he is charged with several counts of grand larceny for allegedly stealing approximately $201,000 in funds he received and was not entitled to while representing clients. This defendant allegedly betrayed the trust of his clients and abused his power as an attorney, taking advantage of escrow accounts he controlled to steal hundreds of thousands of dollars. We will now seek to hold him accountable for his serious breach. Also, on March 2nd, 2021, Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez announced that a 22-year-old man has been indicted for assault, reckless endangerment, and other charges for allegedly causing a car crash that seriously injured a Brooklyn mother of 6. The defendant chose to drive his car in a highly dangerous and reckless manner, allegedly speeding and ignoring a traffic light, and caused a devastating crash that nearly killed a beloved mother. We will not allow drivers to treat our roads like racetracks and act with complete disregard for the lives of others. Such behavior is criminal and will be prosecuted in Brooklyn. I also would like to conclude, as always, and remind everyone with the Action Center's phone number, if anybody has a matter they would like to address with our office, to call 718-250-2340, and I could be reached at lulun@brooklynda.org. Thank you so much, and have a good evening. Thank you.
Kathy Santopietro, please unmute yourself.
Good evening, Bill, Marnie, and everyone. Congresswoman Maliataka sends her regards. We've been very busy at the district office with constituent issues and inquiries. The Brooklyn office has been scheduling vaccines for constituents 65 and over in Bensonhurst, Dyker, and Bay Ridge at local pharmacies when they have issues scheduling for themselves. I received a call on a Friday or Saturday from a pharmacist letting me know he has cancellation or extra vaccinations, and then I contact the constituents on my list in the order I received them. If anyone knows anyone still needing a vaccine, I will leave my contact information in the chat. And also, vaccines are not guaranteed by us. We're just trying to assist. I still tell the constituents to try through the vaccine finder or call the New York State vaccine line, and if they are able to book a one, fine. When I call them, they just said they received it, and I take them off the list. And Marnie, I don't know if you're aware of it, Councilman Traeger, is that? Yes, I think that's his name, had a vendors meeting with the other day. I didn't see you on it, but it was about what's going on mostly in Coney Island and Brighton, but we've been having vendors issues in my Bay Ridge, and I know you've been dealing with 86th Street. And about 9-10 days ago, it went in the hands of Consumers Affairs. So I don't know if, but I'll send you separately the information I have. Maybe you want to reach out and it'll help your area.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy.
Okay, I don't see anybody else's hands raised. If
Can I get a motion to
I see one hand raised if you want from the attendees. I have Kalia F. I hope I did not mispronounce that.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I am a resident. I live on Bay 26th Street, and I've noticed that there has been a really obnoxious amount of trash on the street from like Bay Parkway to around, 18th Avenue? What is going on with that?
We'll look into it. Find out, we did have, and you'll hear some problems that we had in our sanitation garage with COVID, but Marnie will announce that during the meeting. But we will have them go and take a look anyway to check out the cleanliness of that area. But thanks for bringing it to our attention.
Thank you. And that's on 86th Street, if I didn't say it.
Yes, I know.
Our problem.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. I'd like to close the public portion and have a motion. Okay.
I see one more hand raised if anybody wants to.
All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions?
One opposed. Sorry.
Okay. We'll have to talk to you after the meeting. Okay. So, all right, before we actually go into accepting the minutes, we did have a sad event happen. I'd like to ask for a moment of silence. Rose Casella, our longtime board member, lost her son within the last 10 days. And so I'd like to have a moment of silence for Pasquale Casella. May he rest in peace. And Rosa, you have our sincere condolences. Very difficult to bury a child. So, okay, can we adopt the minutes from February 11th? Okay, Sal's got his hand up, seconded by Ross. Is there any additions, subtractions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Also our board member, Andrew, who's like the sergeant at arms, Marnie just wrote something. So if we missed you because we missed your hand, you can write it in to Marnie or write it in the chat, and we certainly will respond to you. If not live, we certainly will get back to you. So we weren't closing you out. Okay. Okay. So we're ready for the chairman's report. Okay, here we go. Ready? All right. So Captain Chen, I know he's on the line, and we do want to thank him. I know at last meeting that we had brought up about the parking situation, and he did have subsequent conversations with us. Certainly wanted to be very cooperative with the community. He did say it was temporary, but realized that it was a dislocation for many people, and so he has addressed it and put it back to where it was. We certainly have wanted to work not only with him, but even previous commanders. We met with DOT to discuss short-term solutions to the parking issues by the precinct. DOT is looking at the feasibility of converting the existing parking on Bay 22nd Street to angle parking to one side of the street. That will just create a little more, hopefully. And they'll advise the board if this is doable. So, we're really trying to act, collegially with the department, as we always have. I'm going to give you an update on the Department of Homeless Services. They have confirmed finally that they did receive the board's resolution and said they will give us a response. Again, we all know this is over a month ago. Some of the problem that I'm going to say here, and there's nothing more we can talk about because there's nothing before us. There's no permit filed. But I would tend to say any of those groups that are watching this vigilantly, be very vigilant. Certainly the board, if we see a permit come out, we will alert the different groups that have opposed. I'm just going to say you should always be prepared. So in the end, look, this city has been known for undoing zoning and the rest of things. So my point's going to be you should be ready to go to an Article 78. Get your attorneys and whatever ready. You don't have to pay anything yet, but get them ready in case you got to go and stop it and get an injunction. Because my fear is that one afternoon, like Marty, you'll get the permit, the next day they'll have shovels in the ground. So, so I know everybody's being vigilant, but just stay ever vigilant, because I'm just afraid they're so far down the track here on this that they're just going to push it and try to blow it past us. And we're not going to allow that. We did receive an application legally for an extension of term. This is a variance at 67th Street and Utrecht Avenue that had been given before. We're going to schedule a public hearing at next month's meeting to discuss extending it again. Target, if you've noticed, if anybody who lives near Caesars Bay have been on the highway, they had a soft opening this week, and they will have a grand opening this Sunday. So it's good to welcome a big box store back to the area. And that's all that I have as chairman. I do want to allow the captain to give us an update if he has any before I call on Marnie. So Captain Chen.
Thank you, Bill. And thank you, Marnie, and also Laurie. Today, coming out today and setting it up with DOT and then, and trying to find a solution for the parking situation. I understand, parking, it's always a premium here in the neighborhood, and it's always an issue, but, my officers would certainly appreciate it, when, with the way that you guys, went out your way and try to look, help out the situation. For as far as the report, I want to say, year to date, the 62nd precincts had a 40% decrease in robbery, also like a 5% decrease in burglary, and also one of the big problems we saw last year is the GLAs, theft of the vehicles. We also had a 30% decrease on that. So we've been doing good on that part. One thing we do see, it's something that we kind of expect. It's domestic violence, domestic assault. We will certainly try to do our outreach to raise the domestic violence awareness on that part. And we'll try to do everything we could. As far as the complaint about the graffiti at Seplo Park, Gloria, if she's still up, I'm sure I'll have my officers reach out to her. We'll probably do another cleanup there, if anything, as far as, they, tackle it again after the cleanup, then, it's getting warmer now. It's going to be more people at the Seplo Park, as we'll have our, patrol officers, bed out there, we'll have our presence there like every year. And then, hopefully that could, stop that a little bit. And I know the quality of life issues at Seplo Park has always been a concern, in this precinct. So that's something we always going to be addressed. And I want to wish everyone a happy holiday for the holidays coming up. We had St. Patty's Day, and then Passover is coming up also. And next month we'll have Ramadan. So I want to wish everyone else a happy holidays for that. Thank you.
Captain. Appreciate it so much. Thank you. Marnie, District Manager's report.
Okay, thank you, Bill. I'll start out with an update on garbage collections. We had delays last week. It seems that our sanitation garage had 48 cases of COVID running through at the end of February. So they were a bit short-handed. This week they're back on schedule and everybody should be receiving their garbage collection on the days that they're supposed to. If not, please let us know or call 311. But you could always shoot us an email and we'll reach out to sanitation. We're still in a pandemic and they're shorthanded, so we're going to have some delays. But 86th Street, the garbage that has been collecting up there in the past week, it was terrible due to the backlog. But I just want everyone to be aware that we only receive 3 days a week dedicated collection on that commercial corridor due to budget cuts. So that's why you're seeing the overflows, the residential garbage, and possibly, I'm sure, some of the commercial garbage being placed out it's just unmanageable up there with 3 days a week. So we are aware, we're advocating, we've put it in our capital and expense, we've reached out to sanitation. They have to give us more. We need more up there. Otherwise we're going to be overrun with rats. I'm going to segue on an update on the lower half of 86th Street. I did attend a meeting with the Department of Consumer Affairs and Workers' Protection to discuss general vending updates. Under Local Law 18, an Office of Street Vendor Enforcement was created, which shall consist of enforcement agents who are specially trained in local laws and rules relating to vending on the streets and sidewalks. If anybody has worked with me on this issue over the years, you'll know that vending related laws are spread out across the administrative code. There's some listed in consumer affairs, other in sanitation. So some under DOT's code. So they really need to do tremendous training for these new inspectors to really understand the law and eventually educate and enforce. However, currently they have a limited amount of inspectors who are doing business education and outreach. And I really don't have a clear understanding of how they're going to address the unlicensed vendors on 86th Street and Bay Parkway or on the restricted areas of 86th Street. Now they are only doing, like I said, education and outreach, and they will be fully operational by September 1st. And I'm just gonna say, you know, I get these are tough times and people are out there trying to make some money, I'm sure, to put food on the table. But we also cannot have the conditions that exist up there. We need to have some level of compliance. And I don't know how we're going to wait till September. I mean, the vendors up there, and most of them, by the way, are unlicensed vendors, and they're congregating in a small area off 86th Street and Bay Parkway, right before the fruit stores. So what you're seeing is maybe there's 3 feet of a 24-foot sidewalk. They're vending against the storefronts on private property, abutting the crosswalks. I mean, it's really a mess. So we're going to keep pushing because we can't wait. What we're seeing is, you know, they know that there's no enforcement and there's no mechanism at the moment for the unlicensed, because when we have sanitation enforcement go up there, you know, a super to say, hey, you have to move. Do you have a license? No license. Do you have ID? No ID. He can't arrest them, nor do you want to arrest them. You just want compliance with the law. I mean, they're vendors. We don't want to see anyone arrested. So we're going to have to really push to get some control up there, because today we had warm weather and they're just flocking to that area. So we'll be working on that, and hopefully we can get something to maintain order in the interim. That being said, there have been many complaints posted on social media regarding the conditions on 86th Street. But I'm finding very few formally filed complaints in the 311 system. I mean, it's just going, it's a hot item across the groups, and there's pictures being posted, and people are upset, and I understand they're upset. We don't want to see conditions like that. We live and work here. So I'm going to urge residents, I understand your frustration with the 311 system, but if you see those conditions, if you can't call 311, shoot me an email, bk11@cb.nyc.gov, and we'll put it in, because we need, if it's not in 311, it's like it never happened. And that's what they look at. So I would really appreciate if the public, I know you're watching and we're live streaming this, if you would just take a few moments and you can share that on social media, but also put a formal complaint in. The second issue, or third or fourth issue up on that small corridor, is some of the fruit stores with the oversized stoop line permits. They have applied and received permits to operate under the open storefront program. And under that program, they're required to maintain 8 feet of sidewalk, which is not the case up there currently. While the program does not have a compliance enforcement component, DOT is not taking responsibility for the program and referring concerns to the Department of Small Business Services. So what happens is you can reach out to Small Business Services and they'll go out and educate. Maybe we'll get a day of compliance. But if DOT is not going out, who has powers to enforce or write summonses for those who aren't complying, we're going to have the Wild West up there, which we already do, in my opinion. So I don't see any disincentives to comply with rules, and we really have to push, and I'll continue doing that. We received notification from the Department of Design and Construction that they have Dragonetti Brothers as a contractor for a pedestrian ramp construction project. They are working on various corners of Cropsey Avenue between Bay 8th Street and 18th Avenue. They'll be there for about 2.5 weeks or so, and then I'll get a look ahead for additional locations, and we'll share that. On March 18th through the 19th, from 9 to 4 on West 5th Street between Kings Highway and Quentin Road, there'll be a street closure due to a crane operation. And National Grid will be installing some more gas mains in the district. This project, the current project, is on 72nd Street between 16th and 17th Avenues. And there'll be a typical 3-foot trench, and work is expected to last, they say 90 days. I'll say 3 months. The utility sent out a community notification to the affected area. And just one more thing, I just received notification, an additional notification from Design and Construction that they awarded a contract for the reconstruction of approximately 287 feet of the existing outfall storm sewer at 25th Avenue. They will reach out to us before they begin work. We'll do a walkthrough there and get the timeline, which I will share. I hope we didn't get the design, but I hope at the end of that outfall, there's a mechanism so we don't have any stormwater coming back up into the sewers, which we recommended as part of that scoping project. That's it for me, Bill.
Thanks, Marty. Any old business? Any new business?
Bill,
Lori's got it first, and then Bob, you could go. Let Lori go first, and then you, Bob.
This is sort of an old issue, but it's come back again in full force, and that's the sewer backup smell on Bath Avenue, 16th Avenue, 17th Avenue, 18th Avenue. The last week or so has been horrible. I mean, this is going on for quite a few years now, but just this last week or so, it's been really bad. You can smell it in your house.
Oh.
I will, we reached out to DEP when they released the annual stormwater report, where they claimed that they weren't discharging, and now they're claiming that 1 million gallons a year are being discharged from that outfall, and we requested a meeting. They have not been responsive, and I will circle back to them.
Oh, great. Yes, we should do that.
Mm-hmm.
Robert, you're on.
Just actually a couple of questions. Now I know you, Marty, we were talking about 86th Street and 23rd Avenue with them moving it from the NYPD back to Consumer Affairs. Is that what you're referring to about all those inspections that they're training for that particular location? Because I know you said that you were waiting to hear back a report from them on that. Is that what you were?
Correct. So Consumer Affairs did respond to the previous complaints that we filed on January 15th when Department of Consumer and Workforce Protection, they changed their name, took over the responsibilities with the creation of the vendor enforcement unit. However, they did go out, they said they went out and they conducted education and outreach. And exactly.
It doesn't seem to
exactly. So if you're an unlicensed vendor, I don't know what education and outreach you're going to take in. Right? Because you're not licensed, you're not compliant to begin with.
I want to echo on what Marnie said. Yeah, and I mean, before we hand over the responsibility to Consumer Affairs or Consumer Worker Safety, right? The new agency name.
Mm-hmm.
My officers, my NCO officers, been out there all the time. We've been trying to go talk to them, educate them, so many times. And you see, if we don't do take action, take away their stuff, and they're gonna stay there. They'll move it when my officers are there, but then soon, a few days later, you're gonna get the same complaint again and again.
You're right.
I understand, it's a pandemic, everyone trying to make a living, but but I instructed my officers because you cannot be blocking pedestrian sidewalks, and even when my officers sees that, they are still allowed to take actions from clearing up the sidewalks. So so on top of the Consumer Affairs inspectors, my officers will be out there also.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cap. I think Bobby, are you done?
No, actually, Marty, when we were talking about the cutback of services,
Dr. Law, Bob had a follow-up question. I'll get to you right after.
When we don't know what exactly has been our budgets have been cut because of the pandemic and all, but with supposedly the money that the city is getting or the state is getting, have they given us any indications as to what we can reclaim back as far as?
We'll get that till June. When they pass the city budget, you'll find out how you got whacked or you stayed okay.
Okay.
All right. Dr. Law, you're on. You gotta unmute yourself, Dr. Law. Can you unmute him, Marty?
Hello?
Okay, we're good.
Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, there are rising bias, harassment, and hate crime against the Asian American in the whole country, not only in New York, in our community. There's very, very misunderstanding, unfortunately. New York State Assemblyman, Mr. William Colton, going to chair a meeting for us regarding this important issue on March 19, 11 a.m. Any board members interested to join this meeting, please call me. I'm going to send you a link, okay? Let's work together. Now, because Asian, they don't carry this awareness. One time I walked on the Avenue O, a bunch of teenagers walked by. One of them scratched my head, I'm short. They said, Chinaman, you had to go back to China. That's very unfair to me. So let's work together, okay? If the interest to join this meeting, please call me. I'm going to work closely with Captain Chen. Okay, Captain Chen, thank you very much. Okay, if anything happens, we're going to call you. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Dr.
Thank you, Dr. Law.
Okay, anybody else from the board? Okay, so hearing none, I'd like to wish everybody happy Passover, happy Easter, happy St. Patrick's Day. holiday. What else do we have? Ramadan, I think we meet before Ramadan, but if we don't, happy Ramadan. And any other thing. Happy Festivus, you know, we'll do all of those. Anything else, Ross? I think you were saying something, Ross? Or we're good?
No, I think we're good. I think you got all the holidays. I was going to make the motion to adjourn so I can have the...
Okay, so there you go. Motion to adjourn by Ross. Anybody want to second it? Linda's going to second it. All in favor? Any opposed? Good night. God bless.
Thank you all. Good night.
Good night, folks.
Night.